The next part, I don't remember the part. I think this is part 4 going on 5 or 5 going on 5. Anyways, cutting the paint. I still got a little bit to do around there. I got to add some paint with the brush. I'm just still brushing it. I'm going to let it dry for a while, and then I might try and let it dry more before. I think I'm going to cut the rose wall over there first. That wall. Before I actually paint this. Because that's the more tedious part. And I need the daylight. It's just now getting the peak of daylight here. It's sometime in the morning. I need to do that. It's hard to do that in the dark, especially with this lower light. And it's too hard to bring a bunch of lights in and stuff. So I'm just going with what we got. Natural room light, the natural light from the outside. I got the cell phone, I can check it. The line looks fairly straight. I left a little bit of overlap, but that's a different video. Let's get this show on the road. Okay. You don't want a lot of stuff laying around. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it 20 more times. So we'll call this charging the paint kettle. Gotta have paint in your kettle. I'm using this little Indonesian brush. I really like these things. Thank you for all the people in Indonesia. These brushes are awesome. I don't care what anybody says. I've used these a lot. They have a smooth technique to them. You just got to watch a couple bristles and stuff like that. Someday if I'm a great Picasso or maybe just a great, LJ, I'm a big painter, I'm going to use these. There's some American brushes out there like that. I haven't seen them, but, hey, who knows? I like them. Thank you to all the paintbrush people in the world and all the people that make paint. Thanks for all the people that build the walls on the houses and the canvases so we got something to paint. The people that make the scaffolds. People that dabble. Oh wait, that's me. This brush is just lighter. I don't know, it doesn't put too much on at once. It coats it lightly. And to me it does just as good, if not better, than the other brush. I mean, the other brush is nice, but I guess that's for the commercial painters. This one puts on a nice light coat, and then the second coat's lighter. The other one definitely puts on a way heavier coat. Super heavy. This one, you can only put on so much at once. There again, we got a tape cut seam, so almost got paint off of there. So now when you go crazy. It's just easier for me to control the flow of paint with these brushes. I mean, I don't know why, but it just is. And again, looking for white marks. I'll go through again and I'll look for white marks, and it holds a lot better. Once the paint's dry, it doesn't seem like it, but you can usually cover your white marks. If you find any, before I'm all done and I roll this stuff up, I will go through and check for any white marks. This is where I use the cut brush, but let's see. Now I'm going to do this again because I like to. Sometimes it's hard to roll small spots, if you ask me. I mean, my mom has those little baby rollers, but then you're getting 2 rollers, and when there's only one person here painting, then you got 2 rollers, 2 brushes, you're working them all, just even putting them in the bags and you're not rinsing them out, it just gets tedious. So I try and stick with 1 brush, 2. I try and stick with 1 roller, but I've been using 2 rollers before. A small roller like I use, and then a smaller roller. And my mom got me doing that stuff she can't heft all that big stuff, so she started painting her walls with these tiny rollers, and it gets done. Takes a little longer, but I'll tell you, it looks nice. It's more like a wall, more like wall art. So it's nice, it really is. I mean, if you can't lift a big roller, then you get a small roller and a small brush. It's definitely more like wall art. I let the primer dry a whole day, a whole night. Some people now say you can prime within a few hours, which is fine, but if you got the time, the old rule was wait 24 hours. But some of the new rules, if you Google, it's a couple hours, and this paint actually said a few hours. So I took a chance. I had too much other stuff going on to worry about. Now, if I was hurrying and had a lot of stuff to do, and I was a commercial guy, I was going to paint in a couple hours, but I had time to let it set. And I know the longer you let paint set, the better it is. It's like concrete. You want to let that stuff set for a couple of weeks or a month before you drive on it. So, which is totally different. This is totally different than concrete. Totally different. But this Benjamin Moore paint is tough as concrete. Because Benjamin Moore hears that. Benjamin Moore, low VOC paint, tough as concrete. In my painter's opinion, I wouldn't drive on it and I wouldn't coat your driveway with it. I'm just saying, for me, for this wall, for this moment, for this inspirational moment, and I'm out of Skiffle. Alright, I'm not sure. I think I might dump some more paint in there too. I gotta get down. Woo! Get down and boogie! Woo! Gotta get down. Alright, how about we just get down off the Skiffle? Oh, my fan just bumped out. For some reason, there's a little shortness on it. Alright, I'm recording, Spooky Bear. Hello, Spooky Bear. I know it's you. I'm recording. I know the door open because you're spooking me. Come on in. I'm recording. Don't mess my video up. You're letting the paint fumes in the house. I know there's not many of them. I know it's low VOC paint, but I don't really want them in the hallway. Close the door, please. You're going to make me come over there, aren't you? Alright. You okay down there? Well, I want this door closed. Come on, I'm trying to do a video. Are you coming in? I'll close the door. Thank you. Trying to spook me. I know I pulled the door extra tight. Alright, so I had to go over and close it because it was funner for her to run away. Of course, I got the scaffold just a little too close, but I don't feel like getting down to move it, so. Paint in the heart. Of course, I said it in the other videos. They were just inspirational paint when I was painting my daughter's room. I said, well, let's put something cool up there. Hearts. So we put hearts. Everybody liked them. She liked them. She wants them saved. Of course, Gigi's getting this room. She wanted them saved for her. For her. Everybody wants the heart saved. So I wish I could do some other stuff up here. I don't know. This is definitely more of a turquoise or aqua. I don't know. She said blue, but this is a variation of what I thought it would be. Her other wall room is kind of a bright blue, so that's what I expected. For the blend, to make it look like a heart, even though you won't see it. And then when you paint it with the roller, it's going to hide it even more. It's going to hide even Benjamin Moore. That was a funny paint joke that nobody will probably get, and if they do, they'll probably be wishing they didn't hear it. I remember the Benjamin Moore commercials when I was a kid. Of course, nothing personal. Don't tell Benjamin Moore that, but we buy all kind of paint. It's the color, the texture, what's available. Sometimes the paint's out. But the low VOC is what we get now. Been getting it for years. Shoot. There's just a slight one of them bristles. Thank you, Indonesia, for sending us some of your bristles. Forever painted on our walls. That one I got out, so I still like these brushes. I don't care what people say. These are my kind of brushes. Maybe I'm supposed to be a painter in Indonesia. I doubt that. Alright. The darn Subway song just kicked in my head. Sometimes that's the bad thing about marketing. Of course, they had veggie patties that they got rid of. They were pretty darn good. And I don't know if it's just for the pandemic or they got rid of them otherwise for other reasons, but they got rid of them. So thank you, Subway, for bringing them back someday. Or other companies bringing them back. I'd like to find out where they got them and buy some. That would be awesome. Well, let me get down so you can see the technique. Getting down. Woo! Boogie. Down and boogie. Woo! Alright. Alright, that's my scary video. I mean, wait, what? That's my cutting. Part 2 of the wall. Part 5 of the video. When I say that's the second half of the wall, first half of the wall. Multiple little videos in between. Now we're getting ready to do the mauve. It's not mauve, it's rose colored. It's supposed to be rose gold. Now that's the old color. See the trim and the purple? It's light purple and darker purple. But they're all light purple if you ask me. And they wanted that wall to be rose gold, but it's a rose color. And then they're talking about dry brushing or wet brushing the gold part on it. And I'm not too keen on that because they didn't really want a metallic wall. So I'm all for covering the rose up with some gold dust. So dry brushing it, I'm totally for that. I just got to find a nice skiffing dry brush after we get the rose up there. I got to let that corner dry. I don't know, I might paint over here a while. I should just paint that since it's nice and wet. I think I'm going to go right into rolling that. Of course, another video. I'm going to go right into rolling that and then save the bottom part for my daughter and see how much she can paint. And then as that dries, I'm going to start and cut that corner first. Cut the corner, cut the ceiling. And then it's all cake work after that, I hope.